Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to quickly show you how to use some of the Google Earth features to do this virtual tour task. So here we have Google Earth Pro, which I've downloaded onto my computer, and here I have the Murray River, one of the most significant rivers in Australia, flowing through the Australian Alps, down through the border between Victoria and New South Wales, and flowing out here in South Australia out towards some lakes and into the ocean. So a few things that we can do once you've got a good handle of where your river is to draw some polygons to show the upper and the middle and the lower course. So here might be the upper section in the Alps. So I can select this thing called Add Polygons, and I can call this the upper section. And I can just click here and do a rough indication of where that is. Now that's a white box. We can't see anything underneath that. What we can do is we can change the style and the color. So the area, at the moment the opacity is 100%. I might want to make that 40% so I can see underneath it. And I might want to make that blue. There we go. And then I might want to do the middle section, and I'll call that middle section. And I'll draw around here. And I'll just change the color to make that pink or whatever that color is. There we go. And you do the same thing for the lower. Obviously, you can take a little bit more care to decide where those are. I'm just showing you how to do it for now. Another thing, well, first of all, I should say those get saved as layers here, and that's under My Places. Now, you can save that. You can right-click and do Save Place As, and you can save that as a file on your computer so that you can access that, or you can submit it to your teacher if they want. Another thing that you can do if you want to record where certain landforms are, so I'll just turn that off so we can see better. Let's see, for example, I might have some interlocking spurs here if I zoom in enough. And another thing you can do is you can change the direction of what you're looking at, up and down, and you can see some interlocking spurs here. And you might want to take a screenshot of that, or click this button here which saves the image of that to put in a report or something like that. Or you might want to put in a marker, and you might want to call that interlocking spurs. And you can drag that to wherever you want and save that, and that gets saved there as well. So you might want to do the same thing for where some meanders are located, or some levees, or some billabongs, whatever you want to find. You can mark in a whole bunch of landforms. Another really useful thing you can do here, if you have the photos layer turned on, is you can click on photos that other users have submitted. So for example here, that's not a particularly useful one maybe, but here you might see some mountains or some landforms or the river itself. So you can copy some of those and use them in your report to get a really good idea of what that looks like in the different sections. A few other things that you can use that could be useful is here we have our scale legend. Now, if that's not turned on, you can go view and you can turn on scale legend. That could obviously be useful to measure distances. You also have the elevation listed down here, so you can see how the elevation changes from the source up in the mountains to toward the ocean when it gets closer to zero. You can also use the ruler tool here to measure lines or paths or elevations. A really good thing you can do as well if you want to measure, I guess, the cross section of a river is to draw a path. Now, a path is a line, so I might draw a path along this particular section of the river, and I can save that as I'll call that upper cross section. Now what I can do is I can right click on that and say show elevation profile, and what that actually does is it shows how the height varies along this path. So we can see the river channel is here at the lowest point, and here the mountains continue on either side. So you might want to compare cross sections from the upper, middle and lower course to see how they actually change in elevation and the steepness of the valley, the V-shaped valleys of the upper course, and the more U-shaped or flatter courses of the floodplains in the middle section. Hopefully that helps. Have a bit of fun.